like rivers flow, surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes, some things are meant to be. Hello and welcome. Ukulele Sean here for part number 2 of I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. So in part number 1, we learned how to play the verse of the song, and in part number 2, we're going to learn how to play the chorus and then how to put the chorus and the verse together. So let's get started. So let's have a look at playing each of those 5 chords. Now the first chord we're going to look at is the E minor chord. The E minor is played with fingers number 1 on frets number 2 of strings 1, fingers number 2 on frets 3 of strings 2, and fingers number 3 on frets number 4 of strings 3. And then with our thumb, we strum all 4 strings down to the ground like this. And that there is the E minor chord. So let's have a go at playing that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. The next chord is what's called a B7. Okay, the B7 sounds like this. And it's played by firstly barring the 2nd fret with finger number 1. So we're going to push our finger number 1 down on all 4 strings. So you're actually going to lay the finger down on all of the 4 strings, just like this. Thumb behind the finger, and then you're just going to want to push those 2 together, and then a little bit of a squeeze is going to give you that sound. That's the first half of the B7 chord that we're going to look at. So I just want you to get your head around doing that first before we rush ahead. So again, just lay finger number 1 down on all 4 strings of frets 2, and then the thumb goes directly behind that finger, and just give it a bit of a squeeze, and that will give you the sound that we're looking for. If you get this sound, that means that you're not actually pushing hard enough. So you just need to squeeze those 2 thumb and index finger together a bit more until you get that sound. Okay, if it starts to hurt, have a break, shake your hand out, give your fingers maybe a little massage, and then we could jump back into it. But ideally we do need to get this sound, which is the first half of the B7, before we move on to the next part. Now if you do need to pause the video at this point just to get yourself comfortable with the pressure that you need to push down on that chord, then that's absolutely fine. And the last part of the B7 chord is to push fingers number 2 down on frets 3 of strings 3. That's the 3rd string up from the ground, and all we're going to do is we're just going to strum down to the ground like this, and that is the B7. The next chord is an A7, but don't worry, there's no barring for the A7. All we need to do is just pop finger number 1 down on frets number 1 of strings 3, and then just strum all 4 strings down to the ground like this. Okay, so that's the A7 chord. So let's give that a go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, strum. Very good. The next chord is the F major chord. To play the F major chord, just pop fingers number 2 down on frets 2 of strings 4. Strings 4 is the string closest to our face, and then pop finger number 1 down on frets 1 of strings 2, and then strum all 4 strings down to the ground like this. And that's the F major chord. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And last but by no means least, the G major chord. Now to play the G major chord, just pop finger number 2 down on frets number 2 of strings 1, fingers number 3 down on frets number 3 of strings 2, and then fingers number 1 down on frets number 2 of strings 3, and then you strum all 4 strings down to the ground like this. And that there is what's called the G major chord. So let's have a go at putting that chorus section together now. So we play the E minor, then we sing like a river, and when we say flows, we play the B7 like so. Okay, so it's like a river flows. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a river flows. Very good. Then it sings surely to the sea. It does the exact same chord progression. Surely to the sea. All right, let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Surely to the sea. Very good. Then it sings darling, so it goes. Again, exactly the same chord progression. Darling, so it goes. And then it plays an A7 on some things are meant to. F for B, B, and then G is also going to be held on B as well. So you get B, and then it goes back into the verse. Okay, so all together we get like a river flows, surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Okay, so there's your chord changes there. If you're not sure, I've got the chord changes on the screen down below, and then Jerry the Shark will jump on each of the letters when we need to change the chords. So let's give that chorus a go together. 1, 2, 3, 4. like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Very good. Now, if you want to put a little bit more of an upbeat strumming pattern in, then you can use the island strum, which is down, down, up, down, up. If you'd like to learn that in more detail, I do have a video specifically teaching the island strum. Alternatively, you can just give the strumming pattern I've given you a go today, which is just strumming down on each chord. Or if you already know the island strum, then have a go at putting it in. So let's give the entire song a go together now. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? But I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Like some things are meant to be. One more time. Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you. But I can't help falling in love with you. And there you have it. I Can't Help Falling in Love with You on the ukulele. That's the full song with all the chords included. So I hope you enjoyed that today. If you did, please give the channel a like, share and subscribe. And I am on social media, both Instagram and Twitter. Please give me a follow at Ukulele Sean. And if you'd like some one-to-one lessons with me, please check out ukuleleshawn.com. So until next time, goodbye.